Lord willing, y'all can hear me. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. Salaki family. So shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Oshai. And I want to give a double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit. Lord willing, as a whole, that they can continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwath, believers of this faith, walking in this truth. Lord willing, that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Shai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in this faith. So you see the title, just one quick, point, maybe a few, where this is the best thing that we have, speaking to those that truly believe. And even more why saying it is because during this little grace period that Yahweh Shem Shai has given us, this is the time to actually grow. This is the time where you increase in faith, because what's about to come, like me and the brother Yarmayan is speaking about at work, what's about to come is going to be so severe that it's many of us saying, oh, I'm in this truth, I'm about this truth, when all hell break loose, like famine of word, that's another level. Jacob's trouble, that's another level. I mean, the MOTB, another level. Jacob's trouble, another level. Right? We're gonna see if you are really in this thing. And this is why you want to really know that this truth is the best thing you have, and it's not just by words. Every day, as you meditating on this truth, right? As you meditating on something that you learn, are you thinking of a preset? Are you growing in a certain spot that you were weak at? Because if you know this is the best thing you have, you want to use every aspect, everything to the best of your ability, right? You want to be able to show the high power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that you actually believe what, he has given you, what he has made, So, wanted to read this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4. Let me actually put it on the screen if I can. Deuteronomy chapter 4 in verse 6. It says, keep therefore in, let me just start up at verse 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes, judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Speaking about the land of Yasharella, Israel, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sights of the nation. Right? So the law, statutes, and commandments, this faith, is your wisdom, your understanding in the sight of the nation. This is why we hold tightly on this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is why brothers is always doing lessons. When the spirit compels brothers either flow through the spirit, right? A chapter lesson, maybe a breakdown, right? Maybe a parable, right? The spirit compels brothers to teach this word, because this is our wisdom and our understanding. Because in this grace period, you don't want to be wasting time, right? You don't want to be wasting time. Man, it's not about my wife, or my wives, my children, children, such and such. Oh, I want another girl. I want another girl. It's way bigger than that. We are not in the kingdom, man. Right? We're servants. We're low. We need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? It's people that might be working at your job that might be trying to get you fired. Right? It's people that's either speaking sideways about you, and the things that you learn, it builds you up to be able to deal with certain things, how to just take things to the cheek and turn the other cheek, you know where we can't be a nigga in this truth, you know and even the left hand side is set up to afflict you, you know to see, have you learned anything, right? Have you learned from this lesson? Have you learned from that lesson? And they try you, you know? You short on funds, paying bills. And it's like it's getting the best of you. You don't got money to go do this and go do that. You might see your loved ones. This is a test. But the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? What is that? That is your comfort in the midst of the nations. So going back, Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Now the nations is not saying that yet, but the elect is acting this out. How are we getting through the things that we getting through? How are we overcoming? Right now, the truth is overflowing. It says, for what nation is there so great, who have the Most High so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for, right? He's in all things, right? And just like I was telling a brother, and through the spirit, he looked it up on ChatGPT, where, me and the brothers, I know, and of course, many of us, we know that the Lord, used Esau. The Lord, yup, I'm about to block you. You're removed from the channel. The Lord used Esau to create things that we use on a daily basis for the righteous, even though they use a lot of things for the left-hand side. And when he asked this question about, I forgot, I can't remember the question, but the response where ChatGPT said, I was used to in hyphen your knowledge, or not even hyphen, to hyphen the message of the Heavenly Father and his Son, so that you'll be able, basically to preach his word, because even when you go to Google search, when you're looking up history, you're looking up information, you hope that it's valid so that you could be able to, teach upon it, learn on it, speak on it. And especially with an AI engine, we're able to use it in a righteous aspect, just like YouTube, TikTok. Instead of being like everybody in the world, oh, I'm about to use TikTok. I'm about to use TikTok to dance, to go viral. We use TikTok and YouTube to actually push his word, because it's about to become a time where this place is about to fall. And eventually, what we just read, the nations eventually are going to say that we're a wise and understanding nation. People are going to finally really realize that the men of the Lord wasn't fools. They wasn't a damn joke. Verse 8, the last verse, it says, and what nation is there so great and have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day, right? The nations are going to say that, right? All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. So the truth, the laws, and wisdom and knowledge given to, Yasharella makes them the greatest nation, because Yahweh is chosen, or has chosen to them, that no other nation have, right? The nations don't have the law, statutes, commandments. The nations don't have an intimate relationship with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? But the Israelites do, right? Quoting Psalms 119, verse 72, the law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. And this is the thought we want to think of. Yes, I want money, money, money. But I know that, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is way more valuable than gold and silver, right? Because you can have too much money and it takes your heart away from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And this is what the left-hand side will want you to do. Drift away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, these things on this side is really foolish. It's foolish, especially to men that move in a worldly mindset, right? They sink themselves in the possessions, the money, and the wealth, but they don't sink themselves in devouring, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which is in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, verse 4. This is the best thing we have. The reason why is because in these scriptures, you get the history on what you have done in your past. You get to get in the scriptures and understand the covenant, the oath, the everlasting covenant. You get to understand the promises that the Lord made in before time, but that the way that things is moving now, we're in the little horn, and you like, wait, hold on, this is a prophecy, and now I'm living in this little horn, and it's growing. But now that this nation became the head of the whole earth, it's falling right in front of us, right? And we're seeing things that's showing that we're about to get out of here. This is why this is the best thing. This is the number one thing that tells you the Yahweh Shema Shai's plan. Drake's song, God's plan, that song that he made millions off of. Yahweh Shema Shai's plan is to give us the kingdom. Yahweh Shema Shai's plan is to give us the land of Canaan that he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to the descendants. But this is a story that we must live out, to get that glorified body, to rule forever and ever. We have to go through this little speed bump, right? Let me actually get that in Romans, the 8th chapter, verse 18, right? Because this is something light. And what's about to happen is the real biggest test, because that's going to show, did you learn anything, right? On this side, did you learn? Did you apply, right? So this is Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, right? It's going to be revealed through Hamashiach Yahushai. So yes, this suffering, right? Your pockets is little thin, but you're able to pay, certain bills to stay afloat, It's good, because imagine the more money you would have. Imagine the more freedom you would have, right? So the things that we do have, like when I go to work, of course I don't want to work for Esau, but I always look at it as a discipline to build me up, to sharpen me, so that if I can overcome these work schedules, getting up, when I leave work, I'm over here thinking about a lesson, and I'm only getting 3 hours of sleep, right? From Tuesday to Thursday, I'm only getting a few hours of sleep because I have that feeling I don't want to go to sleep until I do a lesson. Sometimes I might push myself just to go to sleep, but I have a habit, I have a gift to teach the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and I don't want to just waste it, right? Because if I don't do a lesson, I know I'm about to be scrolling on my phone. I might be watching this video, that video, and it might not even pertain to the truth, And I know somebody that is a true believer is hungry, and I gotta feed them, So even more, how I know, and many more brothers and even the sisters, they believe and know that this is the best thing they have. The number one thing on the earth giving them comfort. Money, it just gives you comfort for that moment. You get a new car, you drive it a few times, now you already used to it. I'm talking about comfort that this world can't give us. And only through the scriptures we had that, because I have hope that one day I'm not about to be in a road that got potholes where Jake, you got the homeless down at the next corner, right? And it's Jake crackheads, heroin addicts, strippers, sluts, where they all could be wives. I look forward to seeing Jake in its healthiest state, and I can only find that in the scriptures that that's gonna happen. This world don't share shit. All they share is a damn billboard, right? And a good time, But Yahweh Shema Shai has something that he has planned, right? Let me go to this classic precept I want to go to in Isaiah 46, verse 10. Because it's not the Lord's pleasure to keep us in captivity until we all die forever, ever, and ever. We was meant to rule this earth, He made the world for our sakes. This is Isaiah 46:10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Right? One of the Lord's pleasure is to give the kingdom to the Israelites, right? To rule all nations, because the Lord made the world for the Israelites' sake. Regardless if you do believe it or you don't, this is gonna fully happen. And just like Lord willing, I could do this lesson. When you look at Genesis the 19th chapter, um, verse 14 in the NLT, right? That when Lot was telling them that Yahweh Shem Shai is about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he's about to destroy this land. His sons-in-law, right, the fiance of his daughters, they said they thought this man was joking, right? And Lord willing, this is gonna motivate me to do this lesson or this camp tomorrow, to let y'all know that we've been warned over and over again in all our times when nations was going to overtake us, war, this is going to happen, this person going to fall, the kingdom going to be stripped from you, and we didn't listen, right? Really talking to you non-believers, you didn't listen, right? But it's those that did listen and they hearken. Noah, he was righteous out of all the other people on the earth, and the Lord chose him. Between that 100-year gap, when you go to 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5, KJV NLT, he was telling the people, like, yo, this is about to happen. They did not take heed to it, right? So Lord willing, y'all actually take heed, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is about to fulfill the things that's in the scriptures, which is his pleasure, right? Which he already have done, even the things that's terror, and soon he's going to do the things that are good and great and pleasant to the nation of Israel. So I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect. In the same spirit, Lord willing, y'all all can continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters of his faith. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shemashai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Shalom, shalom, Abba Ball.